We are live. What's up, nerds? Welcome back to another Wednesday live. Apparently, the live counter's already at 42 seconds. How'd that happen? It just counts even if we don't press go live.
Yeah, it's like
Whatever.
YouTube's math. 82 plus 11 is 100.
Yeah. They assumed we were going to go live on time, like that's ever happened. All right. So let's dive in for tonight. We got a fun show for you guys. We are talking about fishing rods and we're branching out. So, as you guys know, previous years, we have been exclusive to companies like Akuma, to Monster Bass, who dropped their line of rods, Lunker Sticks last year. So, mostly we just been fishing those rods. And not that there's anything wrong with them. We definitely like them. We enjoyed them. We wouldn't have gone exclusive with those companies if we didn't. But now we've got the freedom to spread our wings and we want to try some new ones, get some reviews done, and share that with you all. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I always love trying out new gear whenever I possibly can. So we want some ideas from you guys. I think we kind of kick it off as I do my little spiel here at the intro. If you guys have any brands of rods or specific rods that you want us to try out, just call them out in the comments. We're going to be writing them down tonight. Obviously, I hate to break it to you, we're not going to buy all of these. And if you throw out NRX, G Loomis, specifically any G Loomis, but NRX as well as Megabass Destroyer rods, I hate to break it to you also, we're not buying those. We do know a guy though, Punch Fishing, you guys. Go check out Punch Fishing. He is our go-to connoisseur of the peaky out fishing rods.
Primo, the good stuff. Daiwa, the Shimano,
yeah.
like mamma mia.
Like so if you want that primo good, like it's not coming from us, we apologize. We're gonna be in the, we'll call it the 100 to like at most
$550. Yeah. Oh,
what are you?
Yeah, 300.
Why would you say that? I was thinking 1 to 3.
1 to 750.
Yep. Nope. Where's your Shimano poison? Like, no, it's not happening, bro. So we want to review the rods. Probably most of us are buying. Let's do that $100 to $300 range. I think that's a wide breadth of rods that we can check out. So again, just drop them in the comments here. Let us know in chat, and that'll help us out a ton. Other than that, if you guys want to support the show, super chats are on, memberships are on. We've got a big old Autism Angler fundraiser drive coming up February 28th. It's going to be an absolute blast. We'll have Don from Autism Anglers on. We got a couple special guests that I believe we've secured. I'm like afraid to say their names for fear that they would be like, oh yeah, last second, I'm going to back out. At the very least, you get these two dorks. And then we're going to, hopefully have a couple of good guests on here. And like I said, Don from Autism Anglers. And we're working it out where you can just like make a donation to a link right here on YouTube. We want to make it as easy as possible, raise as much money as we possibly can for this awesome organization. I love these guys. And we want to support them forever and ever. So I think it's going to be a blast. We're going to do a ton of giving things to you, YouTube. You know what I'm talking about. So we're going to give stuff that you don't have to pay for it. We're going to ship it to you. We've got like $3,000 in tackle in just bins downstairs right now that we're going to divvy out. So we're going to do a ton of schmivaways throughout the night. And then our very next members only live, which will be March 5th, we're going to do some special schmivaways there as well. So if you're not a member and you want to be privy to that, you might want to join or consider that. All right, that's all I got for tonight. Let's get into end of show. Let's get into
we have. So should we tell them about the code we just got?
That doesn't
them.
I can lead that into a fun little video that we're going to do as well. So we just got a message tonight from a guy over at the overarching Pradco company, right? So they've got tons of brands that you're familiar with. War Eagle, we've got Rebel, Arbogast,
Yum,
blah blah blah. Yum, maybe a big one there. Great Lakes Finesse.
You ever
they
heard
got
of
all
her?
Sorts of stuff. You ever heard of any of those? So we talked to them and they gave clearance. They're like, whatever, no strings attached, man. You guys want to give honest reviews, give honest reviews. And Paul and I were like, we fish half these brands anyways. This should be a no-brainer. So we talked to them. They're going to send us a gift card. We're going to do a shopping vid and unbox with that. And obviously we'll be fishing a bunch of that gear later on. We've also got our guy, is it Dan from Great Lakes Finesse, who is going to be on the podcast March 13th. So if you want to talk to a guy that absolutely just, I'm not kidding you, catches massive amounts of gigantic smallmouth. This guy is destroying at tournaments, just chose not to go the route of professional angler, but totally could have. This guy is an absolute stick on the water. You're going to want to tune into that episode. It's going to be awesome. We also got raw fishing coming up in like, what is this, 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
Well, I got to talk to him, but yeah.
I'm locking him in. I won't even be here. Raw fishing is going to be here. All right, awesome. Enough about that. I think I covered everything. No, we do have a live. This is what I should have got to you guys. If you go to LureNet, the website. That is where all the Pradco brands are sold. So your Yums, War Eagle, blah blah, all the brands I just talked about, right? We have a code now for you guys. We don't get any commission on this. We said no, thank you. Do not pay us. That way we can stay honest in our reviews. But we did secure you guys a discount. So if you want a discount to any of those Pradco brands, go to LureNet. AAA 15 AAA 15, you get 15% off. Again, we don't get a kickback. So if you do have a favorite YouTuber out there that is, working with this brand and does get a kickback, use their code. This doesn't help us at all. We don't care. But if you want a discount and you don't want to use anybody else's, use ours. AAA 15. There you go. Right at the top of the show. All right, let's get into it, shall we? Oh no. Are you freezing? Are we on delay again? Heck yeah. All right. I'll get it.
Yeah, we are on a massive delay. So no. I will get into it. The Q of the D is, and I can't see your reaction, so I'm just seeing it now. So I have no idea what's going on. The question of the day is RIP Toby Keith. He doesn't exist anymore on the living plane of this earth, which is unfortunate. He wrote a lot of songs that were country and great. So the question is, you go to karaoke, go to your favorite establishment, and they have the digital jukebox. What Toby Keith song specifically are you going to be requesting to either sing or enjoy?
Specific one. Chad, I want to hear some of yours. What's yours?
Mine is definitely going to be Beer for My Horses.
That's a good one. I'll take it. I don't know that I have like a specific one. Like if you put Toby Keith on, I'd be like, all right, let's go. This is great.
Solo Cup.
Solo Cup is a good one. That's a good campfire one.
Any post 2011 songs?
We've had this conversation before. Post 2011 Toby Keith. You are totally broken.
I ain't as good as I once was.
Yes, those are all good songs. I will take any one of those. We're just gonna have to roll on, man, because you're on a 10-second delay at this point, and it's only getting longer. Like to the point, you need to start planning your reactions a minute and a half in advance at this point.
Dude, I literally am trying. I have to interrupt you before I even want to interrupt you. And I'm still going to be 5 seconds late because I can't see into the future, unfortunately for me.
Oh, man. You guys, we're working on these tech issues right now on Paul's. I don't know if it's like your computer specifically or what, but it's been literally killing us for the past, I don't know, 3 months. It feels like. This is fun. All right. Well, anyways, let's roll on from RIP to Toby Keith. Previously known as fully animated Toby Keith, now known as deceased. What do we talk about with rods? Let's get into the rod roster. I believe you've got a lineup for us that looks pretty fun.
So what I did was I started writing down what you guys were putting into the chat. And my thought here is I want to get through like the whole list. And then what I want to do is basically have like a mini bracket where we're going to put some of these head to head. We're going to figure out what's like really the top 4. Like what 4 do we think are the best? And actually, while we're doing this, what would actually be good is we have someone mentioned the Trigon BFS rod. If there's a BFS rod you guys want to see us try, throw that on there too. Because I kind of put that in another category. You know what I mean? And I feel like there are a few that we really did want to try still.
Yeah, and we have the Trigon BFS rod, so we will be using that a bit more. Paul used it for the majority of last year. Thank you, not a Bob. Yes, it's a rodster, not a roster. Good call. So we did use the Trigon BFS Paul, you liked it. I have not used it much.
I
I think
liked
you
it a
were
lot.
talking about, yeah. So should
The
I use that
Trigon
with the
doesn't
arc
mean
this year?
anything, though. It doesn't
I
mean the
know
Trigon
it's
is
regardless.
it's irrelevant. But it's just
It's a St.
Mojo, and it's
Croix.
very light, and so it's a
Yeah.
St. Croix Mojo, and it's just a lighter
Hmm.
version of what they've already made, but now they have the
Yep.
Trigon grip that they're gonna make you pay for that you don't need. So it's like the if my review stands as the rod itself, very good.
Good.
The Trigon grip, worthless, irrelevant, totally it makes 0.0 impact on fishing whatsoever.
Fair enough. So I might end up trying it out a little bit this year. We'll see. Because we do have the Arc BFS reel as well, which I believe would be a great pairing for that. So we might
Oh,
toss that
yeah.
on there and try it out. So that's an option for sure. What else did you see in here? I see.
So we have TFO, which we already have a few. We're actually looking at them right now. So we have we have
Yeah, I
the
posted a picture
Paction,
today.
the Option,
Hmm.
and the Professional. So
Yep.
that hits like their medium to I'm gonna say low because it's like 125, which is crazy for that rod.
Hmm.
So anyway, there's three different series that we're gonna be reviewing with TFO. Z-Man, the Ned stick. So the Ned Keedy Z-Man.
It's a maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if we could get one for free, I would absolutely give it its due.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking to a guy at Z-Man. I might potentially get to go fish with this guy next week, either next week or early the week after, right? So, because I'll be down in Florida. So if I do, awesome. I'll talk to him about this. If not, I'll reach out anyways, and we'll see if we can secure that. It's a really interesting rod. As a Ned nerd myself, it's something that it definitely gets me going. It's something that looks interesting. I want to try it. I'm not scared of like the setup. So it's there's no real seat on it. It's seatless, the butt of this rod, and it's very familiar to us from ice fishing. So it's like you just end up taping the spinning reel on there, which is not always the prettiest thing in the world, but works very effectively. It should be nice and sensitive. It's something that I want to try for sure. It looks neat.
Yeah, and I mean, we had we had Fenwick. Now,
Mm-hmm.
someone mentioned the world class. I would
Paul
be
has been
interested.
talking about this.
I
Yep.
would, yeah, I'm really, really hot on this. They're expensive. So
They ain't
if I
free.
got a discount, I got a hookup, like for sure. It's one of the ones I'm the most interested in personally. Like honestly, of any rod in the market, if I could just get one,
Yeah.
that's probably the one I would pick.
So like
Um
if you were gonna do a super fancy one, this is your super fan
Yeah, I
to
think
us,
so.
super
Yeah, I would
fancy.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not the best, but, like, that's the one I'm most like,
340.
anything above the 300 mark to
Yeah.
me is expensive, and I would
It's up
definitely
there.
that's one of the ones I would pick. So, Shimano, I would be interested in the SLX swim bait rod. I think
Me
that would be
too.
fun, and
Yeah.
we have two really good rods that we can combo them up against. One of them is the swim bait rod from Akuma, the professional series. It's so
Yep.
nice. It's or the guide select. It's so nice.
Oh, it's
And
great.
then
Yeah.
you can compare that also to I have the Dobbins swim bait rod, the extra
Hmm.
heavy, which I don't like. It's
Oh,
just
you
the
said you don't like a Dobbins?
I know, and I do like Dobbins, but
Get out.
that rod, it's not techni I think it's swim bait capable, but it's not a swim bait rod, so I think
No,
that's
it's a
part of the
heavy stick.
problem. But it's extra heavy. That rod is dense and it is heavy, dude. It's uncomfortable
Yeah.
to fish with.
I have undue confidence with kind of due confidence with with the guide select. It's just such a nice.
It's
We used it for Alabama rigs too.
Man, it's
When we were
smooth
down
as
in Alabama.
butter. It's
Dude,
light, but it's got the full cork and it's got the long rod butt,
yep.
so you can like
You got the
you
full
can like
grip. Yep.
dig into it with that full grip, which I thought I was a mistake at first, but now I'm like, oh my god, I love.
Hmm.
The crankbait rod is just as good. So the cranking rod is amazing.
I love it.
7.4, 7.6.
So
Like
this
oh,
kind of prompts a good part of this conversation too. It's like if you're going out to try rods, you're not just going like, I'll take 10 different brands, 7'3", medium, heavy, fast actions. What we're really looking at is kind of like technique specific. So a lot of folks throwing up in here some BFS stuff and then a whole bunch of different random ones. I see the 6 Sense broomstick, they just dropped that or they're just rolling out with that. Paul actually had a disaster happen with one of his 6 Sense rods.
exploded.
So I don't know if that was like, you know, what happened there? Like, I don't know what happened. We're not gonna point fingers at Sixth Sense. We
I'm
may
pointing
end up
fingers
grabbing
at
another
gravity.
one. I mean,
Like what?
you should. Gravity is a
All I
problem.
did, so I had like 30 literally 30 or
Yep.
40 rods at least in my garage, just like all propped up.
Probably part of the problem.
Like rod butts on the ground, just propped up. And the 6 cents rod was in the middle of all of them. It's by no means the oldest rod. And all I did was I took another rod that was in a rod tube and I set it like up against the pile of rods, and then the 6 cents exploded. It scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
It shot off in pieces, like completely exploded. And I was like very taken aback. And then when I figured out what happened, I was like, oh my God, a rod broke. Like that was so disappointing.
Yeah, that I don't know, man. So I'll look at the broomstick. I'm sure it's priced. I didn't look at the price either. I'm sure it's around the 200-300 mark. Like that's where all
their stuff's expensive. Their rods
are expensive.
They are.
But they're I don't know, whatever. We'll check it out. So what I was getting at though is if you've got like some technique specific ones, we look at our lineup. We're kayak fishermen. We're going out with like 6-7 max rods. If we're crazier, we're doing a tournament day, maybe it's 8, but that's pushing it. So look at like 6 or 7. If I want to take out something for like drop shot and Ned rig, something for ultralight, I want like something to throw bladed jigs and spinner baits.
Spro is a good answer for rods.
Spro, I saw they've made some good budget friendly ones too.
I'm sorry,
of
but
course they have fancy too.
I've never had something from Spro that I wasn't like amazed by. Every time I see something else, like, yo, this is the best.
I feel like we just reviewed something from Spro that you didn't like. Oh, the craw nugget. Liar. The craw nugget, the poop bait.
Only because of the price.
And the durability.
Yeah, they all kind of had that. But yeah, the craw nugget, yeah. I think what bothers me about the craw nugget is just the amount of theft. Did you guys see the phallic baits?
I did. Forward-facing sonar.
I can't believe. I was like, oh, really? Just the forward sonar, not the backward? Like
it's not a joke anymore. I don't
what are we doing? We're just saying the joke very out loud. All the stuff that was quiet, no.
You used to only be able to get those as a joke on Amazon, and now real brands are like, oh God, this is the move. Not a Bob says the broomstick is only $170. I'll take a look at it. I'm not disregarding it. I'll take a look at it.
Someone called out a Walmart combo. Are we getting a lose? Are we gonna do that?
The Lose American Hero?
No,
I wouldn't call it
another
Walmart
one.
combo.
There's another one. There's a Walmart, the Speedster.
I would get the new Black Max combo.
Well, yeah, but you
can get it at Walmart. Does that not count? Like, what is a Walmart combo specifically? Name it.
I'm not saying that's not a Walmart combo.
I know, but I'm saying, is there like a specific brand that we're?
He named one that he want. This person named one they wanted to see. If you,
what is it?
Give me a flipping second.
Hurry up! I can't. You're 15 seconds in the future.
I don't actually think that's true anymore.
I'm in the future. Wow. I mean, I'm down to check anything out. I'm not looking to rack up like 48 rods this year, but I'll get 12.
42 is fine.
42.
It's in here somewhere.
Good. You're not gonna find it.
I'm not gonna.
All right, but a budget rod video would be fun though. I'd be down for that. I'd be down to. I was thinking about it. I kind of want to look at like what are the best rods in the $100.
I was about to say
99.
I was about to say $100. That's hard these days,
right? It is to I don't know to stay hard. At $99.
The SLX rod, SLX rods have always been $99.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Have you seen this one though? On the opposite end of the spectrum.
Said it. Just Fish Catches said it. Lose hypersonic laser rod, $30 for a bait cast rod.
Thank you. Sure, I'll absolutely check it out. I see Ozark Trail baitcaster combos in here.
No way. I would want to show up to a tournament with the Ozarks.
You want to be like, because people would be scared.
Just modded out in Ozark. Like you just like
just going all in on it.
Hat,
all in on the
bandana,
Ozark.
toothpaste, spork. Like you get the
and then hang on, I'm gonna show up with the new Evergreen International
oh, you
Esperaire 611 giant dire wolf, which is $1,259.
oh god.
Yeah.
What?
Have you not seen that? It's on Tackle Warehouse. I
Have
saw
you
it the other
not
day.
seen that?
Have you
Yeah,
not?
no, I
You weren't
typically
looking at that?
I just usually filter by I do what no
Filter
one's
by
ever
not 1,200.
I do exactly what no one's ever done. I filter by highest price first.
Yeah. I do
No,
that
no.
all. What are you talking about?
Expensive. What?
That's how we picked our kayaks. That's why we're trying to undo that
Oh my
mistake from
God.
years ago.
I'm sorry, but honestly, I would Ozark Trail fishing line, like all of it.
I'm in.
The
I'm in.
whole kit and caboodle.
So I've also heard I got a few recommendations to Ollie's, like the bargain market. The only Ollie's we have around here that I've gone to, none of them carry rods. Do any of these Ollie's carry rods around the country? Is that like a thing? I've seen tackle. I think somebody suggested go look, see if you can get a rod. I don't know that that's a thing. If it is, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me where. I'm not driving to it if it's more than like 3 hours away.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not doing
2,
that anyways.
1.5. Oh, also, speaking of things that are far away, my boat is still at the shop, you guys. It's been next week will be 4 months that my kayak, the Pro Angler, has been at the shop, and I'm getting like messages, people wanting to potentially buy this thing, and I'm like, hey, I don't have it right now, but it's totally for sale if you want.
Funny, you should ask.
I had a guy ask if he can go check it out at the shop, and I was like, I don't think that's kosher. I don't think so. No.
Weird.
We'll wait and see, man. Anyways, all right. What else are we seeing? As I saw six gill has come up so many times.
We have to do it. Honestly, cast gill.
Which ones?
Hold on. Casking versus 6 gill. I don't want to pitch them home like that. I would do.
They're not in that. That's not well. Casking.
Perception wise, casking is past them, but I think casking is so much better. So just so you guys know, I think I mentioned this on the members only. Like I talked to the CEO of casking.
You should ask him if he'll send us an Asagai.
I'm sure we could probably. Well, that's what I was getting at. But actually, their new reel, it keeps getting the MG13. I think is what it is. It's getting like mad good reviews.
Is it the elite? It's like the elite.
Getting
I thought it was a 12.
It's getting mad reviews.
Like mad good reviews?
Good. Very good.
MG12 Elite.
I want to get one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, isn't it just it's a bigger, it's most of the similar components to what you have on the Kestrel.
Yes.
Right? It's built
bigger.
up though. And it's obviously it's bigger because it's a standard bait caster. But yeah.
How much are they charging for it? 3?
Set $250.
I'm telling you guys right now. I'm saying
magnesium.
It right now. I'm telling you right now, that reel should probably be $300 if it's at another company. Because
4.8 ounce.
Because they have their own R&D and production facility.
Yeah.
Like the only there's only 2 other brands that can do that. That can actually design from the ground up their own stuff. No one else can do it. They can do whatever they want. It's freaking wild.
It's pretty solid.
Dude, everything that comes out is just like better.
Bro, just go call your buddy, the CEO of Cast King, and be like, hey, we'll take a couple Asagais and a couple.
So I want to get him on the podcast. He said yes.
Oh, well, let's do that. What are we talking about?
What I'm saying.
Who are you talking to? The CEO of Cast King.
The CEO of Cast King. I think. Well, I'll talk to him because I think that would be fun. I think.
All right.
I still just want to make that like one episode that like everybody sees and it's like why Cast King doesn't suck anymore. Like that's what I want the name of the
anymore video. Is a great.
That's what I just want to. I want to make that video.
Cast King doesn't
and
suck.
I want it to go nuts because I think like. Honestly, like let's say you were new to the game, right? You get into pro fishing, you're like, you know who doesn't have any sponsors is Crappy Cast King, and you call them up, and then you're like, because you have this perception of 2020 Cast King or 2009 Cast King,
pre
awesome, right? And then they sign you, and you're like, oh my god, this is like my darn, now I fish these rods. What am I gonna do? Heaven forbid. And then they send you all the rods, like, damn. These actually all kind of slap, and they're all like $4. What? I don't know.
I dig it. We'll check it out. So the 6 scale one specifically, somebody called it out here. There it is. Warner says the Mayaka and Cypress. So here's the thing, Warner. I bought 2 cypresses, which would have been 3 years ago. I fished
I'll never
them
forget.
3, 4 years ago. I fished them for a season. They were my least favorite ones in my lineup. Like I just stopped using them. I retired them early. I was not a fan. I don't know if they've changed since then. The Mayaka was like the one above that, I believe. It was 150 or pushing towards $200. This is just memory. I don't know. Don't, yell at me about the price. But I got to be honest, wasn't a fan. We both got the, not for this reason, not to fish really, but we got the autism angler combos, and that was to support autism anglers. Yeah.
They weren't bad.
I still have my reel. No, I still have my rod too. I think I do. So I still have the rod and reel, and yeah, man, I'm not going to like go fish with it. I didn't get it for that reason. Just not my go-to to go fish with. A lot of folks did call them out. Like I hear you, and I'm willing to give them another shot, man. I'll try anything twice. We'll figure it out. So what? Let me see the Mayaka. What's the Mayaka price?
So the other one we had Kistler.
150.
I've used a Kistler ultralight, and it's very nice. It's very nice. Light,
I have
sleek,
not.
quality was really good. A little split grip. It was whippy little freaking stick. It was nice. I would 100% do a Kistler.
Kistler's a good one.
Arc, honestly, Arcs, bro, they don't miss. You know that this MFer don't miss. Like that's all when I walk up to a booth.
What is the Spro rod we gotta look at?
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
Yes, I think so.
The KGB signature series for $279.
That's not bad.
I want that.
2 of those.
Actually. Yeah.
3 of those. 4 of those.
The Evergreen Combat sticks are on sale right now in Tackle Warehouse for $112. So Spro just came out with one. Hang on. That was, so they got the Slayer rods at 120. That's what I'm talking about. And then, if you look at like the RK crawlers are 235, mixed stick is 235, 279 for the KGB, and then the Musketeer jigging rods are 249. I would hit the Slayer, dude.
100%.
That's in that range. Is rocking the black and green. Why not? Or that KGB to pair up with our bougie swim bait.
Spro me, Blazer.
Spro me, Blazer? Shut up. So dumb. Okay, awesome. What's the...
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, Kistler and Arc definitely right up there. The Tatula Elite series, I really want one of the spinning rods.
Yes.
Like real bad.
Twice.
I really do. I feel like they're gonna bang.
Yeah, what's the Burley's calling out Gerald Swindle?
That's 13 Fishing.
Is it 13? That's what I thought.
Yeah, so that's what those were coming out. They were actually being talked about when I was fishing with Sam Moore, and so he had one.
Oh, sick. He would.
Yeah, he had a demo.
Sounds about right. Are they out? I can't find them. The G2? It's the reel.
There's a G reel from 13 Fishing?
I don't know. It came up on here. Yeah, the Inception G2 is the reel. The Meta is the rod. The Meta. It's $150. Hits the range. Could do it.
I'll be honest with you. If it's taken over for Omen Black, like it's got to be freaking solid. I love that. That Omen Black rod is solid.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. We can check that out. So what do we? How many rods we got to buy at this point? 30,
15, 16. So,
yay.
What? Okay, everyone said St. Croix. Is it weird? I'm just like not interested.
I feel like I've tried them all. I've had the Bass X. We've got the BFS is a Mojo. I've used the Mojo glass.
Those are the cheap ones. Those are their cheapest.
I don't want their cheap. I gave my range. What are we talking about here? Which one?
I don't know. I'm just saying that's what people want to. That's what the people want. The
expensive. Was it the Triumph? Right.
Sure. That's mid range for them.
Is it?
I think. Yeah, I think the.
I mean,
Legend series is the expensive one.
There you go. Legend Extreme is 665. Yeah.
Oh.
Nope. the Kistler BFS, the Hunt, is 350.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna spend 350 on a BFS rod?
Absolutely not.
Bet you won't.
One of the Mojos floating around? Nah.
Mojo's 185. It's yeah. Because again, we got to think value here too. And like I get it. So the guys that are fishing, the Legend Extreme or whatever, be like total value. I hear you. I hear you. And no, not for me. It's a value. Like if you're a tournament guy, I totally get it. If you got money on the line, I totally get it. You can make that argument for value. If you're aggressively average anglers, you can't make that argument. I'm not gonna go to my wife and be like, "Hey, here's the deal. Need to buy this $665
No, you beg for
rod."
forgiveness. This is not a
No, you won't be able to survive that. What are you talking about?
I'll never recover from this.
I'll never recover financially from this. You're gonna beg for forgiveness for 60. Honey, I'm so sorry. I spent over $600 on one singular fishing rod.
No,
Forgive me.
you got a sticker, I'm sure.
You will be Paul, previously not deceased.
Known as State Corpse Animated.
Currently known as the
previously animated.
That's you, exactly. Small local custom rod companies, call them out, you guys. Like, tell me anything specifically. I'm down. Feather Outdoors, Cernoya's on the list.
It's on the list.
We gotta grab some of those. We're gonna grab them from Bait Finesse Empire. I already talked to Paul about this. We're doing that. Oh, the Kistler Helium, been seeing about. It's so light. Helium. Their ads are pretty.
I'm surprised. So the new Helios.
I saw that too from Orvis.
Yeah,
the new Helios
Orvis dropped
4 times better.
So, you know how much I know how much the Helios originally was.
850.
850, 900. Yeah. Oh, god dang, man.
What makes this one 4 times better? That's what I'm curious about. I've been seeing their ads rolling, and it just says new Helios 4 times better, and that's it. That's the whole ad, and I'm like,
so
how though?
It's probably accuracy.
Okay, fair.
That's because that's known as one of the most accurate rods on the planet.
Oh yeah, it is beloved. So the Helium,
I got to use one, and it was like I knew it was so far out of my price range, I couldn't get it out of my head.
And he ran away from it.
Yeah, I did.
Coward.
Honestly. Yeah, I was.
It's oh man, what? $299, but that's on sale from $400. The Helium casting.
The Helios?
So no, Helium. We're talking Kistler.
I was like, oh my god, they're free now?
Orvis sells a $200. Well, they do sell a $200 water. Is it the Clearwater or something like that?
Oh, the Clearwater is $150. That's the best deal in sports. Like,
I was about to be like Orvis under the $200 mark. Yeah, right. Get out of town,
dude. That's probably the best deal in the business for a rod.
Yeah, it's pretty insane,
especially when you get the Orvis reel. That's like, that's $200.
Oh yeah. I'm still waiting on some of these small companies. If anybody wants to call them out, because a few people asked, like, hey, make sure you check out smaller companies and customs. Like, you got to give us names with that, links, connections. We're down. We're 100%. I want to do that. I want to support small business. You guys know that. Oh, yo, Mr. Chris Shue. Sorry to say about the rods. I would love to hear Jeff talk about his stinky drag chain versus Paul's clean drag chain. Why didn't I film that? We will talk about that, but only if Paul talks about him falling off his first kayak. So did we talked about it on a members only, probably. So if you guys know, we used drag chains on our river kayaks. I also had some rando comment like, hey, if you anchor off your stern, you're going to get hurt. And I said, not really. Like, what are you talking about? And he never replied. Anyways, it was a funny comment. I was like, all right.
Maybe he meant to say bow. I don't know.
I was like, if you watch the video, we use drag chains. They don't get snagged. If I was using a grapnel anchor and heavy current, I could get stuck and swamped, and that is dangerous. I agree, but not with chains. Anyways, so we did an experiment. Paul went with, we're just talking about just basic, what kind of chains did we get?
Galvanize.
Thank you. Galvanized was like slipping my brain. So galvanized chains, just go to the local hardware store, wherever you want to go, just a slightly bigger size so we can get an estimate of the weight. Got them cut to different lengths. We're using that throughout the year. We just put them on a carabiner and we use an anchor wizard and we run them out the rear of the boat. Worked amazing. So we did an experiment when we first got them. You left yours alone. I thought you dipped some too. You like
those are my old ones. Yeah, I dipped them.
Old ones you had dipped, and this time you were like, I'm just doing naked, doesn't matter. Yep. So then I wrapped mine. I looked up some DIYs. I wrapped mine in bike tire tubes, like slide a tube over it. It's actually pretty easy. Zip tie it off, and then the hope is you don't get snagged, right? Well, it turns out you won't get snagged anyways. Paul never got snagged. Well, I also obviously didn't. The problem is that it holds water in with those chains. So every time you get off the water, you got to drain them and then you throw it in your boat and you get mud everywhere. But that water sitting there, the moisture stays forever. So I cut this tube off after I think 2 years it was sitting in that tube. And the galvanized chains were just toast, completely gone,
ratty,
rusted out. It was smelly as all heck. It was horrible. Yeah, so that was a good time. Hey, and there we go. From Sticky River Tom, another super chat for $5. Thank you so much. I need a spring rod that falls between bass and muskie territory. Folks up here call it busky. I love that. 3/4 to 1.5 ounce range. What should I look at for a rod? We actually talked about it early on the show. It's one of my favorite go-tos. It's the Akuma Guide Select, and you go to their swim bait specific one. And it's got your range there. I think it goes up to 3 ounces.
And it's 8 feet.
And it's an 8-footer. So it gives you the casting length that you want in a muskie rod, as well as obviously you can fish for bass all you dang want. We fish A-rigs on it. We fish swim baits on it. You can get away with 3/4 ounce to 1.5 ounce on that. No problem.
And if you wanted something shorter, my recommendation is actually right here. It's the TFO tournament concept. They have a jig worm rod. It's like one of 2 heavies. Oh God, all these rods are falling down on me.
Don't break any more rods.
So this one is it's the TCS 7-foot 1-inch heavy. It's 3/16 to 1 ounce. So it's like a heavy stick, but it's kind of like lighter. It is by far the most like you can do anything with it. And when they say jig and worm, I mean they mean like all of it. It's perfect. So this one is a little shorter. So hopefully that helps. I love that thing, and it's probably dirt cheap right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. If they're phasing it out in favor of the new X series, probably.
Absolutely.
All right, so. Yeah, and then the other side of Chris Shue's question, though, was about you falling out of your kayak.
Yep. So I fell out of my kayak trying to get into it in like the easiest situation that you can get into a kayak. It was really funny.
He didn't even own it either.
You can watch it. You can watch it.
It was a demo.
Yeah, it was a demo. It wasn't even my boat. And but I did go look at the tape because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Well, how did I even do this?
Yep.
What happened is there's like
Don's in the house.
There he is. What's up, Don? Bruh.
Cheers, brother.
So there's these 2 floaty platforms. You're supposed to like pull your kayak in between them, straddle the thing, and then sit down, I suppose.
Yep.
I was like way back. So like the front of my boat was barely in between like the 2 pylons. 3/4 of my boat was not in there. And what happened is when I got in, like I sat down, the boat tipped and it kind of moved. And then instead of being able to like correct itself, it hit that little floaty thing. So I was expecting to like go back this way.
Yeah.
Did not happen. And then I was like, whoa, and then the whole thing like shot out from under me. That
is the sound you
made. That is exactly what I said. And it was pretty nuts. So hilarious, priceless. I just posted a video of that today, actually. Oh my God. So Chris,
and then this guy,
I have you written down because you did this last time, you son of a gun. And I have Chris Schmiv.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna write
extra Schmiv.
I'm gonna write big on there.
Yeah. Chris Shue, thank you so much, brother, for gifting $5 AAA memberships.
Kidding
It's
me?
going to hook somebody up with a free month of membership with us. So whoever that will be, come on down to March 5th's members only live, where we'll have a slightly extra big. I think we're doing 4 schmivaways. We normally do 2 on there. And by the way, those schmivs are always boxes of baits, and we don't skimp, baby. All right, let's go back to this list. Should we do the little rodster that we were talking about? Were you going to do a mini bracket? Yeah, the rodster mini bracket. You want to just put them head to head, or
Yeah,
what do you
we
think?
absolutely have to do that. Need the top 4.
Top 4. So you're just going to on the fly in your brain set them
First
up as
2,
bracket.
next 2.
Got it. I see what you're doing.
So like right now, let's do it this way. We'll do Arc versus Daiwa.
Okay,
Just give
so
me
you
those
guys,
2 against each other.
we're
Arc
going to vote in
versus
chat on
Daiwa.
this. So we're going to go Arc versus Daiwa in chat. You guys vote on this. If you're grabbing one rod, like the end
What
of
are
this
you more interested
conversation,
in?
yes.
Well,
Which rod?
what are you interested to learn more about? Not what do you prefer? Which one are you curious about and you want to know more
Yep.
about?
Yep.
This is not does
That,
Daiwa better than Arc. This is I know that Daiwa's good.
yep.
I don't care. I don't know jack anything squat
Most
from
intrigued
Arc, and I would like to know
in.
more.
Yeah.
Would you
That's what
want
we're
to get to
looking
know
for.
on a date? Do you want to like go hang out with your best friend or somebody else?
If you had the choice of 2 people on a date, which one would you want to get a review from a YouTuber ahead of time? That's what we're asking. So like we just gave a review on your
That's
date.
making me ill. That's an ick that you said that.
Your potential date. I'm gonna have to give this one a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm sorry to tell you.
You know what I thought would be a really funny TikTok?
Yeah. What?
If you took different types of picture like people's pictures, like fishing pics,
Yeah.
and you were like, look, I'm gonna rank these on dateability. So this is only for the women. If you see someone with a fish pic and you're unsure about what you're getting yourself into, let me help you translate. And then
I
you'd
actually
have like
love that. Can we do
you'd have
that?
like the catfishing guy, like hillbilly, drinks Bush Light, blue collar guy, gets paid, and then he's just going fishing. And you were gonna be eating good. Like that's one of them, right?
You're gonna eat this. This guy can.
Rich bass boy cannot fish. Has a lot of nice rods and a great boat.
Cannot cook. You will have to cook. Just a heads up. All right. So Arc v Daiwa. Daiwa's taking the cake on this one. We got 69% versus Arc's 31%. And we're 61 votes in. So let's go ahead and pull that. We're moving Daiwa forward. Arc stays behind, but we're still going to get an Arc rod. We're not going to like buy 2 of all of these. We might reach out to some of these companies, see if they want to send us some for free. That'd be great. Otherwise, if we're buying them, we're going to like be selective and probably like, I'll get one of this brand and you get one of that brand, Paul, and we'll figure this out. All right, next.
Yep.
Paul's back on delay.
Do Fenwick versus Shimano.
So Fenwick versus Shimano next up. And if we're looking at these, so I think Paul is serious about the world class. If we're going to get one bougie rod, it might be the world class from Fenwick. Shimano, we've heard about the SLX swim bait rod. That was one that you guys had called out. You wanted to hear more about. And, they make plenty of amazing rods. They got a nice lineup.
All the
spinning
rods.
Yeah, exactly. So right now, Shimano, well, the margin was closing there for a second. Shimano's still well in the lead here at 60 versus 40%. 54
We're
votes
just not good at picking things that people are interested in. That's really what it comes down to.
It's our fault? You're surprised that Daiwa and Shimano immediately won? Like, of course. I'm not surprised at all.
Stunned.
This is going to be a redux of when we did the brand showdown with these guys. And if Shimano comes out on top, everybody's mad. Everybody's mad. All right. Let's pull that one. We're 60 votes in. Shimano takes it. Moving up. All right. So next up.
So now let's do 6-gill versus Dobbins.
All right. So 6-gill and Dobbins. where we might be looking at the Champion Series. I'm not exactly certain, but I mean, Dobbins makes, some pretty good stuff. I've enjoyed it in the past. I've used several different Dobbins rods.
But like
So
they're a known
Dobbins versus
quantity.
6
Like
scale.
we know that the Dobbins rods are good.
It's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be like totally new. Don says 6 scale, but Don, Autism Angler 6 scale
Don wants
rods.
to know about
collusion.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, they're working together. I dig it.
My combo caught some fish. I took that thing out, and I think I caught on a chatterbait. I think I caught 7 or 8, and a couple of them were like chunks just from the bank.
Yeah. The Autism Angler one. Yeah. I rigged mine for drop shot. It would have been better for like ultralight cranks or something. It was pretty soft. So it was, I need to use finessier stuff or like crankbaits, do something different with it. But yeah, the 6 scale that I hadn't tried is I think it's technically like their highest one next to the Brute. So the Brute and the Mayaka. Could look at one of those. I said I would try them again. I wasn't happy. I had the Cypress years ago. Wasn't a fan. But I will check out potentially the Mayaka or one of the other ones. So we'll see. Dobbins taking this one. Biggest margin so far, 76% to 24% 6 scale though. Call that one next.
Phoenix versus Spro.
Phoenix versus Spro. I got to say, Phoenix rods, definitely one that I'm pumped to try. I want to get my hands on one very soon.
How are we going to pick? These are some of the top 2.
I don't know
what I want to try.
I know. Well, we're gonna narrow it down. You and me.
I think
like
Spro,
rate it out ourselves.
I feel like I know about the Phoenix. Spro, I don't know. I have nothing. I don't know anything.
I'm a Spro man.
Nope, not gonna say that.
You're a Spro guy.
Spro nugget.
Sproman. Spro nugget.
That's Sproman. Abe Sproman.
Abe Sproman.
The Sausage King of Chicago. Well, I should say you do.
All right. So how did that movie not go further? That's what I want to know. Was that in the bracket series? The Goofy movie. All right. So Phoenix is taking the cake on this one. This is another one where I'm like, we're probably getting one of each of these rods. Like,
yeah,
you gotta. I still want to stick in the $100 to $300 range. We'll see. I'm not sure if I want to swing a KGB swim bait. Yeah, Charles, let's pull this one. So Phoenix takes the cake on that. So we got TFO next up versus Kistler. Spoiler alert, we have 6 TFO rods that we still have to unbox and do a video on, which we will. Once we get more rods. We want to do like a rod lineup video for 2024 because rod videos they're hard to do.
This is the Taction. This is the nicer one. These rods are really light. Like stupid light. That's the grip.
Love it.
That's pretty dope. Oh yeah, gorgeous. The black, red, and gray is also freaking slick.
JK, Sly Fox just told me the Mayaka and the Cypress are the same thing, different eyes. I'm out then. I already had the Cypress. I don't want to buy that again.
Not gonna deal with that.
Not gonna deal with that. The Brute might be interesting. I don't know. We'll see. We still got to nail all these down. So what we'll do is once we figure out like, okay, we want to hear from this brand, that brand, whatever. What Paul and I will do is we'll write down like some of these specific models that we might want to look at. And then I also want to narrow it down to technique specific. So we'll figure all this out. But point is we can test out some of these brands, some specific models. Hopefully, like I said, in that price range, from that, well, I'll say $99, right? So 99 to like $299. Anything in that price range is what we're looking at. And then let's get some reviews for you guys. All right. So we're at just passing the 50 mark on these votes here. Get your votes in, folks. You're helping us out. So we got Kistler topping out TFO right now. Yeah. 57, 56. I don't think the margin is going to go up for TFO. No. But too bad. We have 6 TFO rods to review for you guys. So we do have the Taction Option Professional and the new Panfish Pro 2. Panfish, Pro, right? It's a Panfish Pro.
Dose.
The ultralight, but it's the second iteration, which now I have both.
7 foot. It's freaking sweet.
Yeah. It's one piece, 7
Sage
foot.
green.
It's gonna be.
It's
It's a better green than the old one for sure.
Gorgeous.
It is.
Gorgeous.
All right, shots. 57 votes. Let's pull this one. So Kistler tops out on that. Are we moving to the next round now?
No, this is it. That's the whole thing. We've done them all.
Okay. Oh, we're not
The
gonna
only
put
one
any
that
more
didn't
brands
make it
head to
in was
head.
the Z-Man Ned stick.
Oh, the Z-Man. All right. Let's do this. Chaz, Z-Man Ned stick. Do you guys want us to review one? Yes or no? That's how we're gonna do that
would
one.
have already asked for one.
Well, I will ask for it, obviously. Oh, Don calls out the Fitzgeralds. We did not put them on the list. Mostly because nobody chatted it early on.
Yeah.
Wow,
Voodoo is real mad about
Voodoo
Z-Man.
says it's junk.
I
Voodoo, have you used it? Why is it junk?
But his
I'm
next
curious.
comment is just Z-Man junk. So I feel like maybe he's
Do you
biased?
hate all Z-Man? All right.
Maybe a little biased?
All right. Maybe you just don't like him. That's fine.
Because he all caps dumped us. Junk.
It was all caps.
You know who Voodoo 20049 reminds me of? The uncle at the back of the room who's had too many drinks whenever there's like a raffle at an event, and he only bought one ticket out of 5,000 and he doesn't win, so he just screams, "It's rigged. Rigged, I tell you."
No. Wait. Yes.
No. Love Bates.
Oh, love. He says sorry for the cat. Hang on. We're lowercase now. You guys.
Voodoo is my new
back.
favorite. I love it.
He's just going through his thoughts. Let him have his thoughts, man. Leave him alone. I did. So DeBurley called out Shakespeare Zebco. I have a Zebco 33 combo, and then I still got my ugly stick, man. Ain't never going anywhere. I'm never getting rid of it.
4-footer.
Yeah. 55 votes in. It's a yes at 57%. It's almost like half and half. Like, all right, fine. I'll ask for it. Jeez.
You're not a little bit interested to try it? Like, just
of course I am. Of course I am.
Well, you're acting like you're doing the world a freaking favor.
I'm doing myself
for you
and
guys.
the world.
I'll do it for you.
I won't be happy.
I'll go get a free fishing rod for you. This is
that's assuming we can get it.
I won't enjoy any of this.
All right, but 505, who do you know at Megabass? Call them up, bud. I need to know.
So Megabass rods are very expensive, you guys. Like
they are. We already said at the beginning it's off the table. It's not happening.
Logie Loomis don't want to afford it. And really, honestly, you guys,
no.
The number, I just to be serious, like the number of anglers that will go out and spend $500 to $800 on a rod, they don't need a review of an NRX. We know it's amazing. We know it's really nice.
It better be amazing.
No one honestly, it's just not many folks like need that review. Someone that's arguably going to buy their first or second rod at 150 or 175, that's 125 to 180. That's a big review. That's a big purchase, and a lot more people kind of are interested in that. So that's my only thought on the super expensive stuff. Now the Megabass, it's less known, so I still want to do it, but like Daiwa, I don't want to do a review on a rod that like 25,000 people have.
Is the Tatula good?
Is the Tatula Elite good? Hey, spoiler alert, it kicks ass. Like
it's terrible. Pig Jigs, what's up, dude? Thanks for joining us tonight. Happy to have you. Love it. All right. So I think we got a lot of different options. Hang on. So Sly Fox says Little Miami Rods is a small custom rod maker, I think, around Cincinnati, Ohio. He's on Facebook. All right. Well, I mean, we'll check them out. And then if anybody has any like connections, like pass these folks along to us. Haven't had a custom rod ever done. Have you? Like commissioned a custom rod?
No,
me neither. That would be cool. That would be really cool.
You know what? I respect the craft. I have no desire for it at all.
You have no desire to get a custom rod?
No, not really.
I can see not wanting to make one. Like, sure, I don't.
It's like having like a super nice truck. Like, I really like my truck, but it's a wrench. Like, I don't care if it gets all busted up that
much. What's the high end Dodge Ram? What's the highest end one? The model?
Laramie.
The Laramie. So somebody's like, hey man, you want a Laramie?
I'd be like, bro, I'll take a check. No, I'm good. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? And like that's how I feel
Paul, you
about my
just won a
rods.
Dodge Ram Laramie. Yeah, no, I'll take the
Keep
check.
it. Pay it
I'll take
forward.
the
It's
check.
rigged.
Roll it again. Roll it again.
Re-roll it.
Just
Pass.
re-roll the Laramie.
Pass. Pass. Like a
Do you want to
$70,000.
do you want to take it or double up?
No, but
Double
it's
it.
like yeah, double it.
Double it.
I just yeah, like I don't
Wow.
and rods is kind of the same way. Like I like a good looking rod, I guess, but I don't after like the first 2 times I fish with it, I don't even think about it. Like I don't you know what I mean? Even my ugly rods that I don't like the look of, I'm like, I don't care. It's a tool.
Yeah.
If I like the way it fishes, I literally cannot care less.
Okay, so apparently we have to walk backwards on the
Okay.
Megabass because the Levante
200 bucks.
line is $199.
Oh, there you go.
Fine. Would I be mad if I had a Megabass rod? No, I wouldn't be mad.
I'd be furious.
I'd
Yeah,
be
they look
pissed.
they're super nice. Um
They look
okay,
nice.
you know what's weird though?
Hmm.
What I find odd is that all the stuff that you guys picked, I did not pick. I was the opposite of like almost all the votes.
Really?
Yeah, so
Oh,
like I was way more interested in TFO. I was more interested in ARC,
like the boring stuff.
sort
The
of
boring stuff
Spro.
that's consistent and works, not the
Well, no, Spro I'm interested in. But like
yeah.
Shimano, I'm just not that interested in. Oh, and I would have picked I would have picked Fenwick too. Um,
You're
I
gonna
think the
get the Fenwick anyways.
like
What are
I
you
wouldn't have
talking
picked
about?
Dobbins, and like I honestly, I probably even would have picked Six Gill, only just because I'm like more curious.
I've had the 6 kills, so I mean, if you want to try
Yeah,
one,
no,
try
I
one.
don't, I don't.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can reach out. Like it's
No, I
still
know. Yeah,
allowed. We made the
yeah.
rule.
Six
It's
Gill rod, I
okay.
feel like you could probably get a hold of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just more like I'm more into like the Fenwicks for me. I know it's like old man rod, but I've not heard a single person, not one person has said anything remotely negative about the world class rods, and I've only ever hear people give like glowing reviews.
All right. Well, I'm putting the Megabass Levante on there.
Yeah, oh,
We're
for
gonna check
sure.
that out.
Yeah.
All right. So Mason, Beth Kinher, thanks for the super chat for $5. We appreciate you. Thanks for supporting the show. Moonshine Rod Co. Rambler spinning rod. It's sub $200 and made by Fly Rod Company. I love mine. Here's the thing about Moonshine. I would love to do that if I didn't already know that Ethan Duvetter has done an just intimate review on this thing several times.
His was gorgeous.
His review was great. He covered everything full spectrum, 10 out of 10, no notes from me. If you guys want to see a great review on that, go check that out. Appreciate the recommendation though. I think I'm going to dodge it for now on account of we're kind of loaded up on ultralights. Really, I'm in the area of BFS specifically. I need more rods. I'm low on that. Swim bait I'd be down for, and then I'm always good for like some all around like good like a medium mod. I think I have one or two. You stacked up. I need more. There's a few specific areas where I'm going to be looking for rods. Ultralight spinning is not one of them.
I
For
want to
me right
get
now.
I want to find another rod that has the handle
Uh-huh.
like this jig rod that goes 3/16 to 1 ounce because I'm going to use that as like a flipping stick.
Oh, you want like another tournament concept?
I want,
A
but
flipping stick would be a good one for me
I
too.
wanted a foot longer. There's nothing I've seen yet that has that sensitive of a grip and like that thin of a blank,
You
but
want an
still can
8-footer? That
for
isn't that
flipping 7,
7
8 is
5?
probably no 7 foot.
You're going
Oh,
up
is this
over
one?
8.
Hold on.
I like a 7-11. I think I
Yeah,
have a
this is a
7-11 flipping
7 foot.
stick.
I would want like a 7-8,
Yeah,
7-11,
I
7-10,
hear you.
whatever.
But you want to find other than like an Akuma TCS, you want to find a comparable
But
type flipping stick
longer
from
and
another
maybe is a little
company.
bit
Yeah,
heavier, like half an ounce to
bro.
an ounce and a half.
Megabass
And
Levante.
how oh, that'd be so nice, man.
Check out the
So that's a
Spro.
rod. That's a rod for me. Like I'm down for one of those. And I'm telling you, man, I'll tell you right now, once you like really fish that medium mod, as long as you do it like in the spring, you're gonna be like, holy shit, I can do so much more with one of these compared to like 4 other rods. Your
Yeah,
medium heavies are gonna go.
Oh yeah, and I just got a medium heavy from TFO as well. So I mean it's like in the 7.3 area. I think I have 10 7.3 medium heavies. I need some different stuff. So Don says still thinks we need to see some AAA rods. There's one, Don. There's the ultralight spinning stick with the purple and chartreuse accents. But you're the guy. You tell us what we got to do next with your custom setup.
Just I mean, if Don's making it, we're
I want a
talking about something a
Don
little different
custom.
here. So we do have one. We do have one.
We made a thing.
It's
We did it.
I think there's still some for sale. So we did one. We
Yep.
did it. This is
They
like
are still for sale. They're
I'm
still
so
up.
nervous about this rod now because I'm like,
There's only one.
there's only one.
Now you're
And
doomed.
I don't,
I don't
I
care.
wanna
I'm
get
using the tar
scratched.
out of it next
I
year.
know. I know.
Wreck it. I'm gonna wreck it. Scott
Simar
Miller
still has
says,
this little wrapper on it.
bro, you got to rig your Simar. Let's go. So Scott Miller says, hey, if you guys are looking for BFS rods, try the Sonoya Dragon. It was on my list.
That is the one, man.
Mhm.
Yep, I'm on
Yep.
it.
We're going to we got a little discounty from Bait Finesse Empire, so we can save ourselves a little cash. We don't get any kickback from them, but we always shout them out. So yeah, we'll pop on over to BFE and see if we can find something. That would be awesome. I think we covered all our brands. We got some good ideas. We're going to take your suggestions to heart. Don't worry. We're also going to take our suggestions to heart. And then we're going to look at things like, do we need another Dobbins review, or would,
Megabass.
you guys benefit more from a Megabass Levante review? Sure. We'll figure that out. There'll be several rods that we can actually buy ourselves. And then we're going to reach out to some companies and see if they want to send some over. Like TFO was so awesome to do, then awesome. We're down. And TFO was very honest with us. We told them like, hey, if we're like, we don't like stuff about this rod, we're going to say it. And they were like, do that. Great. Those are the conversations we need to have. So we're going to have more of those. Cool. So I see some good ideas on here. Anything else you want to throw on rods here, Paul?
No, we're good.
Slow roll the thunder.
I'll roll the thunder. When the thunder rolls.
Don, looking forward to the live as well, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in here, man. I cannot wait. It's gonna be great. We're gonna nail the guest lineup. We got 2 weeks to do that. So, Paul, what do you say we start planning the day of? Probably, typical us. 2 minutes before.
We already started.
I know. All right. Cool. So let's go into this slow roll thunder, bro.
The slow rolling thunder is a would you rather. This one is film oriented.
Okay.
One of these two main characters in the movie Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Would you rather be Marv, the shorter, bald guy who gets his head stuck in a toilet full of kerosene and then set on fire? Or would you rather be Marv, the one who falls down 3 flights of stairs after getting stapled in the face, and then after waking up from that concussion, walks over to a sink that's electronically charged to a battery tender for a car,
and become a skeleton?
Who do you want to be in that scenario? Who goes through the worst traps, and who is making it out alive?
So in both movies, Marv goes through the worst traps. Like, it's really, I don't even think it's that close.
That's what I've been saying forever.
Harry gets it kind of bad, but let's go 1 to 10 scale.
No,
Harry's getting a 5. Marv is getting a 12. Like, Marv is getting absolutely #wrecked. No, I'd rather be Harry. Both movies.
Marv, when he steps on that nail that's in the tar, like my soul leaves my body every time.
I know, dude. Even the ornaments, when he starts popping the ornaments and he walks in, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, but they both but they both get hit with the lead pipe swung at them from another story in the house,
so you
bashing
lose
them
either way
directly in the face. But here's the thing: Harry gets bashed right in the face. Marv gets hit in the chest because he's so much taller. He's like 6'4". Marv's like 5'5". So you are instant dead. But although Harry only got hit with like one brick in like the thigh bone, and Marv gets blasted in the face like
Marv
4
took
times.
every
And
brick.
that's from like
Yeah.
that's like 5 stories.
He also took a 100-pound bag of Quickcrete to the dome from the
That's
3rd
right.
story.
The rope. He's pulling the rope.
Just
Boop, 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 and then he jumps on it.
the whole thing.
Bam. He also
It
gets
was
hit with a
awful.
tool chest rumbling down the stairs. That was the sound of
Yeah.
a tool chest falling
That
down the
was
stairs.
exactly. No, Harry wins that bet both times. All right.
All right, next up we have what is the easiest video game that you ever played? Ever. Any category.
Any category?
Yes.
Putt Putt Goes to the Zoo.
Putt Putt Goes to the Zoo. What was that on? What in the world?
Windows 95.
Oh,
Wait,
wait, hold on. Those
maybe
games
Windows
were
98.
impossible. Do you remember the airplane game where you had to like navigate all the different rooms in a house and you're a paper airplane and like the fans would blow you up and then like you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
but that's different. Putt Putt Goes to the
Impossible.
Zoo is an interactive game. And so is
Oh,
Pajama Sam. And you never played any of those games?
no.
Oh my god.
We didn't even get I didn't actually get video games until I was already in like middle school because my family was
Yeah.
like super religious and we didn't have any money either.
Oh, it took me a while to get a system. I was
When
always
the
behind all my
PS2 came
friends.
out, a year
Yeah.
late, we got one, and that was
That's
the
when I got
first thing.
mine.
That's pretty much the first thing we got.
That
And then it was like catch-up
yeah,
mode. We got an N64, and it was like drown yourself in it.
you went backwards. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so interactive CD-ROM games always
Okay.
easiest for
What
sure.
I feel like the Nintendo Wii games that they came with were you almost couldn't lose. They were so
Oh yeah.
easy.
So, sometimes, but then they also have
Would wreck you. There's a level at which you would get destroyed. Like you
well,
can't get 300.
So there was a category of games on the Wii that was called shovelware. And shovelware is like when a bunch of just like companies out to make money to capitalize on Wii motion controls would just copy paste the rankest garbage of a video game that didn't even actually work, and they would slap a Nintendo label on it and send it on out. So they made bank, but those games were impossible to play. Like they did not function as video games. So they could go down as like the hardest games.
Well,
as well.
that was my next question. Was what do you think is the hardest game you ever played?
So hard depends on your level of completion.
Dark
in
Souls,
my opinion.
baby.
I would say it depends on your level of completion. Dark Souls was the most frustrating until I figured it out. Then it wasn't that bad.
Love that game.
And I beat the whole game 100% twice in a row.
Nice.
But like it was fun once you figured out what the deal was, like what was going on. I would say the hardest game, if you want to like 100% it, that I played is Hollow Knight. And Hollow Knight is like an amazing
Fallout.
game. I would never 100% Fallout. Like I just don't 100% games.
Skyrim,
like
right? Like
I
you
would
can't
never
do it. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna do as much as
that's
I
what I would have been. Anything made by Bethesda, like impossible.
Witcher 3 was great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hard things to do in there.
Diablo 3. I'm 100%. What are you talking about?
Sure, I'm talking about like just a straightforward platformer. Like Hollow Knight's really hard to beat like all of the bosses in.
Lion
you get to a
King
point
for
where you just can't go
N64,
further.
Very hard.
Oh,
very hard game.
You mean Super Nintendo? Lion King for Super Nintendo?
No.
N64.
I mean for Sega. Sorry, Sega.
Sega. All the Disney games for Sega were insane. Aladdin.
God mode. Oh, Aladdin was brutal.
Did you do the lava cave?
Brutal.
The lava cave was impossible.
Brutal. Sonic 3D Pinball Blast? Impossible.
Yeah.
My God. What the set a game. Yeah. So
most Sega and Super Nintendo games were like up there difficulty.
Hard. It was an actual skill thing.
Yeah.
Like it was skills. That's like X-Men, so hard. Oh my God, that game was hard for Sega.
Ninja Turtles for the NES. Ridiculous.
That game was fucking fun though.
The first one?
I thought so, yeah. Did you ever play
it was so broken.
Did you ever play Fartman?
Elden Ring also. What?
I think it's Fartman? No.
I know what you're talking about. Booger Man. Yeah. I knew what you were talking about.
Was incredible.
Or Earthworm Jim.
Such a groovy guy.
Such a groovy guy.
One of my favorite Dude, that's okay.
Yeah.
Everything Earthworm Jim was psychotic. Tetris
Yes.
actually came up with my list as hard game, very hard game,
Very hard.
and very
To, like,
fun and
go
addicting to
far
run.
with. Yeah. Mega Man, the original Mega Mans
I
were
was gonna bring up
so ridiculous.
3D Mega Man for PlayStation was a freaking nightmare game.
Yeah.
So hard. Oh my god, it was difficult. What about The Last of Us for PlayStation? My favorite game ever made. I played that on Expert, and I'm here to
Yeah.
tell you, never got close to finishing that game.
No.
I put
You
hours
get
into
to
it
certain
too.
missions and it's just impossible.
Impossible.
Oh man. Also, Ethan, you got a 9.1 on a ripstop. I have tried the
Whoa.
ripstop. I do like the ripstop. But that's awesome. Congrats, man. Love
Oh my
it.
god.
Oh man. All right. Let's roll out with this because this is now back to fishing related. So we're gonna do this last one, and you guys can bounce some ideas on us. So we've done this in the past. Paul reminded me of this today. I totally forgot that we had done this in the past. Usually at the end of the year, we make some bold predictions, like what's going to be popular, what's going to be trending, what's going to be a hot topic in the fishing industry in the coming year. We skipped it. We didn't do it this year. Sorry. So let's do a bracket is what Paul said to do today. So we're going to come up with, we need how many? 8 predictions?
We could do
8
we
to
could do 4.
16.
Do 4.
4. Okay. So let's come up with, chat, we need your help on this. 4 predictions, some bold predictions for 2024. What's going to be trending this year? Is it forward facing sonar has to be canceled? Is it forward facing sonar baits, like lures that are specifically designed to function on forward facing sonar, especially if they are of the phallic shaped variety? Hashtag what brand came out with that, by the way, Paul?
Well, for what?
What brand came out with the phallic forward facing sonar?
Oh, I don't even. That's Ike.
It was
Baby.
Ike would talk about
Berkeley.
that. All right. What else? What other bold predictions do we want to throw out? Throw some out. Because in the past it's been like BFS market grows.
Yeah.
Swim baits are going to be super popular.
Talk
That was
about
like 2021.
I think this trends. So right now, trend.
Copy baits.
Well, bigger screens, more screens. That's a
Give me
huge
a 32-incher, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So bigger screens for
Well,
sonar.
I want to see like where are these trends going to end up? Because I'll tell you this right now. You know what the whole tournament scene, what they really kind of need is a guy who has like 2 units, a 15-foot, like a 16-foot old ass boat, and is just a monster, right? And gets lucky at 2 or 3, goes to the classic, like on them fishing, right? They need that. They need more of that. Some guy's gonna come in. That'll happen. He'll do it with like nothing, and people start being like, "Yeah, we didn't need all this bullshit." Because right now they're even adding like crappie trolling motors, electric motors, to the back of where their talons hang down. Yeah,
I think I have seen that.
that's another set of motors to instant stop. You can instant stop.
I think that they need to have a flip up 60-inch like on the deck, so you can sit in the seat and have
Your
that 60-inch
whole boat top is a Microsoft Surface.
There are 1,000 cameras on the hull of the boat, like just from bow to stern underneath, so you can map the entire lake. Then you go out there and you know where every single thing is. Also, Chaz, I agree. The Apple Vision Pro pairs with forward-facing sonar, so you're just out on the deck of your boat with goggles. You got ski goggles on, and you're just like, "Let's go."
Honestly,
meta world, like you're just in VR. You are only fishing in VR. When does this happen, you guys?
We're laughing now, but like you're telling me it's not gonna happen.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. We were talking to Chad Hoover, and he sent us over to Randy Blockett's post on Instagram where he was talking about. He posted that picture of the futuristic kayak guy in the full suit, like the bad guy in Hobbs and Shaw, just like the fully VR'd motorcycle helmet and everything in a kayak with cameras all over it. It's gonna be a thing. I think that That's it. That'll be coming down the line.
Do you think we'll
2032.
have another YouTuber go into pro tournament fishing?
Are we asking who? If you maybe, I mean, probably they're gonna try it. Why wouldn't they? For the views, baby. It's not gonna be me. No. Who would it be?
Well, what you saw Ben do it, right? Like,
Right.
you're saying there aren't guys who
Successfully.
don't think they're that good?
I
Well,
no.
didn't the Guggen boy try and do it? He tried for a year.
Turkla?
He,
Yeah,
like,
Lunkers TV
quietly
tried
went
it.
away.
Yeah. I mean, he won some
Yeah.
money. But yeah, I don't
Couldn't
know.
have gone that
He just
well.
like stopped doing it.
Did he?
I mean, he's not crushing it now, and you don't see him on stage anywhere now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I don't know. I don't know how that went for him, but yeah, maybe. I think. What are you guys saying? The forward facing sonar glasses. I agree. 2032. Can't wait for it. What else we got?
Do
Built-in
you think it's
cameras
that
on
far away?
lures. That's a good one. The clear bottoms.
They have that.
Someone will start a no electronics, minimal electronics tournament series. That, I mean, it's in the rule book of some.
That's what I
for
thought.
sure. Maybe to be wider spread. Lunkers tried and got walloped. There you go. There's your answer for that, Tyler says. Greg Blanchard going to the kayak scene, do like a Hobie Boss tournament or something. I mean, he's got the rig for it. For
Actually,
crying out
that'd be
loud.
sick. Christine has gone to doing some co-angler boat tournaments. So like, dude, I would love to see that. I would love to see one of these boat guys come out and just absolutely smack the hell out of fish. In the kayak scene. And you know what, you guys, I've watched like some people that I really like. Dusty Yacker, like, admire him a lot, and Ben, and some of these, there's some other local guys. The bags these guys are putting together out of a kayak are freaking nuts.
Insane.
Like down in Florida, Christine on a 2-day or 1.5 day Florida was just absolutely wrecking them. Like all of them averaging 19, 20, 22 inches. Like in what world, has that happened in one day? Like it just doesn't. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So I would love to see a pro come out and just slap the whole field around.
Yeah. I mean, Ike's fished the tournaments. I haven't heard much about him slapping the field around, but Christine Fisher's absolutely a tank. She can crush it. And Blanchard's got a sick setup. We could see how that goes. The favorite bait on the bait wall behind me. Well, Paul has his bait wall. I don't have mine presently with me. These are mostly like random stuff. These are actually any lure that made it up here is kind of deserving of the spot for some form of infamy, being a weird bait or whatever it was. And then downstairs, I just rearranged it. So I got to say, like, my old baits, the classics, the really old stuff that I got from my grandpa, any of those. I've got some really old, like 5-a-diamond spoons, even like the old Cabela's 5-a-diamonds in there. I've got some handmade lures that my dad made when he was a kid. And then I've got, just like your random old Rapalas and different things like that. Got some old bomber jerk baits that are all numbered that like my dad, uncle, and grandpa used to fish with. So most of those. And Chaz, no, it's not Danny the Duck. Danny lives here in infamy. And I gave most of my Dannies away because when I did the subscription boxes so much back in the day, I used to get Danny the Duck and Tommy the Turtle, the Lunker Hunt Turtle, like constantly. Everybody was sending those things out. They're like, yeah, people love these. These are awesome. I had like 5 ducks. Absurd. Paul, did you find one? Just thinking about it.
Yes.
What's yours?
I would select actually the A-Rig. There's a lot of good ones up there. But a lot of them are new and I haven't even used them yet. But there's so probably the Picasso. I love that Picasso, but I do like the 6 Sense one too. But probably the Picasso, and then there is an Evo chatterbait. So not that the Evo, but like chatterbait in general, that's kind of hard to walk away from.
Where's the Spider 505? It's on my shelf.
Spin the Spidey.
It's on the weird shelf. That's where all the weird baits go. And you know what's not there? Where is the fruck? Paul, where the fruck
It's in the
is the
giveaway
fruckin'
box.
duck? Did
It's in the
it
giveaway
make
box. Yeah. Dude, like
Was it your
that's the kind of
favorite
like
of all time?
I can't tell you guys. I have 6 big bins. Okay. They were
Yep.
full of plastics. Like I'm talking full. They all look like this.
But full.
There's
They
nothing in
were
there.
full. This is what they
No,
look
they
like
were
now.
full. There's nothing in there. I'm
Because
telling you, I emptied out over 80% of my tackle. Not an exaggeration.
Yep.
My crankbait box has like 8 crankbaits in it.
this is true because I have all your baits at my house now. Thanks. I'm going to be fishing them this year. No, we have several tubs of baits. We're estimating around a $3,000 value of baits that we're going to be schmibbing away, partially on Autism Anglers, and then on that live on the 28th, and then partially on our members only live on the March 5th. And then have you seen this? Tim Workman says the stealth rig. I'm assuming you mean the G-Crack stealth rig, the A rig. It's plastic, not metal.
Yeah.
Interesting. No, I mean, I haven't picked one up, but I would definitely like to try one out. So we'll check it out. We'll see. A-rigs are on the menu. I mean, after we posted the video about the ultralight A-rig, which we have like 10 of that we got to try out, and then we called out the Tactical Bass and Hog Farmer micro A-rig, and then we posted the mini rig on accident. I bought the mini rig and I bought the micro rig. So I have both of those A-rigs. And also Matt Allen reached out and was like, hey man, love the ultralight. That was the wrong rig that you were pointing to, but you're also not wrong because the micro rig is still much larger than that ultralight rig you're showing off. So yeah. So there you go. Matt Allen said it himself. He gets it. All these other commenters already exists. What are you talking about? Or a lot of guys were referencing this really old one that you can't buy anymore. It was on eBay and it was still bigger than that ultralight A rig. So whatever. All right. Anthony Vega says Deps just released the Slender Scat. Well, why didn't I get the memo from Deps? Deps Slender Scat. What a name. What a heckin' name. Slender Scat. I don't see it. They must have just been hyping it up on Instagram. Maybe it's not available yet. Oh, do you know Depth spinnerbaits are $20? Woof.
Sorry, for what?
Spinnerbait.
5 of them?
No. Juan.
The hell?
I know. All right. I don't see the Slender Scat. It's obviously not out yet. Maybe it's on a JDM site somewhere. Can't find it. Interesting name though. Sure, we'll check it out. Why wouldn't we?
Sure, it's not thick poop.
It's skinny. Some would say slender. All right. I think we're good here. Yeah, that one to Burley. There you go. You got it. All right. Awesome, you guys. Well, this has been a lot of fun. So here's the deal. Next week, I'm actually flying to Florida on Wednesday. And then the following Wednesday, I'll be flying back from Florida. If I get back early enough the following Wednesday, I'll hop on. Next Wednesday, it's going to be cutting it too close. And I got to land at Orlando Airport, which is the worst, and then drive to my in-laws' place, which is about 45 minutes from there. And my flight leaves at 4:30. So I don't think I'm going to be able to make the live. So next week, we're going to just call it a cancel. No live next week. The following week right now, Paul is trying to lock down a guest. We're shooting to get BurlyFishing on here. If you guys haven't followed him before, go check out BurlyFishing, RAWR Fishing. Check him out. Follow him all over the place, whether we get him on or not. He's an awesome dude. Does a lot of work with bait finesse stuff. So he's a BFS guy, but he's going to talk BFS and ultralight. I think it could be rad. And hopefully we get him on that Wednesday. Worst case, I think I fly back early, Paul. So I think no matter what, we can at least go live. So we'll update you guys as we get closer. Important thing to note, though, no live next week. Right. And then we will be going, obviously, live following weeks after, and then February 28th. That's the important one. So stay tuned. February 28th, there's going to be a lot of schmivways right here live. It's going to be an absolute blast. Ethan, no, we have not ice fished this year, nor will we get to, because now it's unseasonably warm. We got an early spring rolling in. We're doomed. Ice season never actually happened. There was no point where we live I was like, this is safe enough to go out on. No faith whatsoever. I saw like one dude this season go out, and I was like, RIP to that guy. Hope he makes it. Not sure if he did, but I did not go out, and I didn't plan on it. If I had time to like drive way up north, I could have done that, but it just didn't fit the schedule. So I don't know if we'll ever ice fish again. Paul and I were joking about just selling all our ice fish stuff. I'm going to keep it for now. We'll see what happens in the future, but that's all we got for you guys tonight. Yeah, not really. That's all we got for tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for the help on looking into these fishing rods. We promise there's going to be some reviews coming. Our goal now would be Paul and I are going to get together. We're going to go order some, and then we'll do the unboxing vid. Hopefully get a chance to fish with these throughout the season, give you guys some real reviews on them later on down the line. And yeah, should be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. We'll also do a rod lineup video probably around March. So all the rods that we'll be using this year. Cool. Thank you guys. You're awesome. We'll catch you not next week, but the week after. And then obviously on the Autism Anglers Drive. So Chaz, who is not in his seat, I will take us out. No worries. Catch you guys next time.